All right, guys, welcome back to the Tuddle Daily Podcast. It's been a while since I've talked to my next guest. You know him from the Bubba the Love Sponge show, as well as his weekly podcast, the Weekly Review. Man, your teeth are white as hell, man.
Are they?
Yeah, I think it might be the lighting.
Well, I'm just using like the light from the ceiling fan.
You got like natural light coming in through the windows and say, because you can see the window behind me. It's a little like bright behind me.
That's weird because I just shut the window.
I don't know. Maybe it's contrast. Because I'm pale as hell. Oh, who was that?
How about that?
I don't know who that was. Anyways, Serak, man, how have you been?
Dude, I have been fantastic. I've been super busy though. Like
you're like
so much stuff.
Real estate mogul now, right?
No, I mean yes, but no. I'm like, how do I say this? So I stepped into real estate. I've been working with my buddy and his little teams, three of us. And yeah, man, I just, maybe some side income. Obviously, if you live in Florida or in America, you know that the market is booming for at least people who, already own property and are looking to sell. So yeah, I mean, it's a side gig. And then,
are you afraid it's gonna burst like it did in 2008? You really don't care. Like, get the money and run, get out.
Yeah, it's always listen. There's
guy trying.
Yeah, there's benefits on both sides. If it bursts, then great. Now people who couldn't afford a home now will be able to, and vice versa. So it's never a bad time.
Like I know that I was just busting your balls because like on Saturday I got a text from you, buddy. I promise you, I'll call you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. And what was it? Yesterday, I finally got a hold of you.
Listen, I run on CPT, man. Come on, that's a given.
No, come on, don't give me that. That does not exist. I don't look at that because
it exists.
No, it does not, because trust me, I've worked with a lot of white trash on some job sites when I was an iron worker, and they were on white people time too. It just
they were early.
Yeah, no, they were late because they were probably dealing with baby mama drama, or they beat their old lady and they had to talk to the cops or something. Or
yeah, but at least then it's an excuse. Like CBT is just like, it's just a feeling, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I was doing something different. It was just like,
But does CPT like exist like when it just out of respect to call somebody back? And you'll see where I'm going with this, because I know that you're busy. I know that you're busy, but the thing is like, I know what type of person you are, like, because you're very reliable, and something had to have happened. Like, I know that you're busy. Are you still bartending right now?
Yeah. So exactly. So think about this. So I'm like, so this is my typical week or weekend, or whatever you want to call it. So obviously, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm working. Friday night, I'm bartending. Saturday morning, I'm like doing open houses. Saturday night, I'm working. Sunday morning, I'm doing an open house. Sunday night, actually, this past Sunday, I had to work, but I usually don't. And then Monday is more of a like just a relax, catch up. Tuesday, I'm doing stuff. I got to work from 3 to close. It's just like I'm young. I'm young enough. I don't have any kids.
You're only 10 years younger than me. So what?
Oh, you're 42 now?
I'm 42.
Yeah,
like
I'll be 42.
See, that's the thing about it, is a lot of people are like, oh, you can't grow facial hair. And I did a lot of moisture. Do you moisturize a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Time.
If you don't, will you get ashy?
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you wear lotion?
Yeah, I do.
Like every day?
I mean, as soon as I get out of the shower, when I'm still wet. You remember in Jerry Maguire, where Cuba Gooding Jr. was like, I like to air dry. You remember he was just standing there naked in the bathroom.
That's a terrible way to dry.
I understand that, but I like to come out. I'll like dab. I'll dab with the towel, okay? And then I got this like medicated, prescribed. It's like in a big.
Okay, well, when I say lotion, I mean like.
No,
not lotion, not like dermatologist. You have to have.
I use the high test grade stuff, and I am trust me. If you like were in a fight with me and I was completely nude, like if me and you nude fought each other, you would not be able to hold on to me. Like it's
so you're like Vaseline up. You're like pro boxer Vaseline up.
But you know what, though? Because a lot of guys don't moisturize. And I know that it sounds very metrosexual for me to say, like, I use skincare products and I have a whole system. But, I got that when I was married. And I think it's paid off. but especially
it looks good
in Florida.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, obviously the camera could, even look at my face. It's barely any light in here. I look super bright. But let me ask you this. Do you, when you shower, do you use like a washcloth?
No, I use a loofah.
Okay. So you use something.
Yeah.
You don't just barehand it.
But I use Dove body soap. I've noticed like you got to go with the women products, like the soap, and I use women's deodorant because like I think
Secret.
Yeah, I do use Secret. I use Secret,
wow.
and that's the other thing. Women they wear stuff that they like to smell like. They're not wearing it for dudes, right? Like they're not. So why not wear something that's for the ladies, like something that they would like?
I don't want to smell like a lady, though. You know what I mean?
But they like it, though.
I'm still
what other dude thinks.
I'm still on the Old Spice like combo pack. I'm still in that lazy phase. Yeah, where the body wash comes with deodorant. Like it's a 2-for-1. I mean, that's a hell of a deal.
Do you use the body wash on your hair? How often do you wash the hair?
Maybe once
a month. Don't say
probably.
Really?
Maybe once every 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's bad to wash your hair every single day. Like you got to let some of that natural oil get into the hair.
Exactly.
Like I really, really, because I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff that we've done as just human beings that have made ourselves really, really weak. I really do. No, I'm being dead ass honest. Like, like washing your hands all the time. And I do that.
I mean, you should. Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Do you think people, got sick off of just like viruses and I really do think we made ourselves weaker, though.
I mean, yeah, but smarter in a sense. Like, we don't need to be like, what do we need to be like strong for? You know what I mean? Like, we're not like.
Why do you work out then?
Just for health reasons,
The same exact thing kind of goes.
Yeah, but we don't. But it's not like I'm like building a pyramid or some shit like that with my bare hands. I'm like, we're not. It's not me and another guy lifting blocks constantly. Workout is just to keep off the fat. How about that?
So then you do it for aesthetics. Then you do it to look good
and strength. I want to be strong. I mean, I think every guy wants to be strong. No guy wants to be like, I'm okay being weak.
I want to be. I want to be strong, but I don't want to be bulky. Like I went through a phase where I was eating a lot of calories and I was just like lifting and trying, and I just look puffy, man. And now like I've gotten into the running and walking, because when you get 42, the knees start getting a little bad.
No, my knee, I haven't talked to you in a while, but my right knee, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But
you ran track, so you got a lot of wear and tear too.
Yeah. Right? So I play in a flag football league, and I took a couple months actually. It just ended.
You cut that out eventually, right? Like those intramural sports, you're
gonna eventually. My knee started like, after the game, I'd sit down on the couch for a while, whatever. I get up and my knee would just be throbbing. Yep. So I did some research, and I didn't tear like ACL or MCL or anything like that. But I had like the runner's knee, the jumper's knee. And I was in so much pain. I could barely walk down the steps, up the steps, whatever.
I went through that. Do you realize though that, people that, go through times where they're not working out, like the muscles that you don't think about that help you run correctly and stuff like that, they get weak, and your stride and your knees don't lock. Like, they don't go into place.
Well, it's not only that they get weak. It's just that you also have to balance them out. You can't favor one side and not, balance with the other side.
Apple Watch shows me my, I mean, you got a newer one.
This is a Series 4.
Oh, then you're on the same level as me. Then it just looks bigger. You probably have the wide view lens.
No, I have it's a case on you can't see, but I have a rubber shockproof case, which I got after I scratched up the screen. So
yeah, I had to learn that lesson too. Speaking of like angles and stuff, I got to tell you, with the newer iPhones, you can like do the wider lens thing.
What do you mean?
Well, like how it says you can do. Hold on, let me go to the camera real quick and just. All right, so how it has 2, and then it's got 1, and then 0.5. If you go to 0.5, that is the wide angle lens. Okay,
I see what you mean.
It steps up your penis pics to the next level.
It steps it up,
or
it exposes you.
No, dude, makes if you look at a lot of these like pornography videos and stuff, I mean, it's all about the angles. So like, I'm not saying that they don't have big penises and stuff, but what I'm trying to say though, it's all about the fisheye lens or wide angle.
But what's the point? What's the point? Like, you're just tricking people.
Yeah,
you know,
isn't that what everybody does though? Don't we all put on a facade for people?
At the end of the day, you know, say if you do get a catch or something like that, or someone's interested,
what you gonna
do?
This is a false advertisement. What is she gonna be like? Just get up and be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna say? I'm dehydrated. Oh, sorry, you caught me on a bender. I'm dehydrated. Everything just shrunk up on me.
You know, a lot of white guys, a lot of guys say this, like, you know, like they don't lay nice. And that's a white, you know, talking about CPT and white people, that's a white person's problem. Like, not laying nice.
What do you mean laying nice? What does that even mean?
Laying nice, like where you're not, excited. You know, like you're just caught off guard. Like, say you're a lady. Yeah, you got a great girl and everything. So say she like catches you off guard and she's just like, I'm gonna go in and I'm just going
to like fresh out the shower and not expecting anybody to be home type of guard.
And you know, like sometimes it does not look as big as other times, right?
Yeah, but like, you know, you gotta like,
or you don't have that pride.
I mean, like every guy has that problem. It's not like you just freaking just hanging like a horse, like just nonstop. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I think after a while, you just kind of just get over it. You know, I mean, you're older than me, so you would know more than me. But usually, I just like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, but when you get to, but see, that's the thing about being in a relationship. Like when you've been with somebody so long, it's like you don't care. Like, I mean, you care, but like you don't care about, oh man, I don't look good right now when it comes to my size, because you know she knows what it, you know, the full potential.
Exactly. Now, if it's like a new relationship,
and
like maybe, you know, you hooked up, you stayed the night or something like that, and I don't know how long people have been seeing each other, then yeah, I get that. You probably have a towel, you know, on deck really quick, but you want to hear something funny. First thing, actually, this is a new one for me. I got caught.
Caught what? Not
cheating. Obviously.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, oh,
I got caught yanking it for the first time ever.
Was she? Now, some women think like, oh, what? Like, is he not into me? Like, you know, some women get upset like if dudes watch porn or, you know, take care of business themselves.
No, this actually happened twice in the past like 3 months, which is weird because this never happened in my entire life. So hear me out. So first time was
you do it in front of her dog? Like,
no.
You lock the dog?
No, I can't. It's just so
dogs.
You just feel like weird. The side of your head, like like if he could talk, he would be saying the craziest shit. But nah. So the first time it was Gasparilla. It was the Friday, whatever, Saturday night before Gasparilla, and I had to work, and I had worked Friday night. And I couldn't sleep, you know, maybe took some caffeine too late, whatever you want to call it.
Does that help you sleep when you do?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. I mean, I would assume most guys, you know, being up would help.
My heart rate, I get like,
but like once you're done, it's just like, you know, straight to sleep. Well, for me at least. But it was like 7 a.m. in the morning, you know, so I'm thinking I'm good. Wow. She was in the room sleeping. And I had told her, like, you know,
you do it in the bathroom, or was it like?
No, I was in another room, just like this. You know, door shut, well, semi shut,
not locked.
Not locked, of course. I mean, that'd probably be more suspicious if it was locked.
You'd be like, man, I got an upset stomach. You know, do you got a bathroom in that area? No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of close, but
you do have some stinky poops, man.
Hey, man, so, like, stinky's healthy. But I told her this is where I messed up, because I told her that before that I had to be up early, because I had to be at work like at 9 a.m. or something crazy like that. And it was 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I wasn't loud, but she usually like sleeps like a brick, like a bear, you know, knocked out. And next thing you know, like when you can't sleep, like you just go through categories and it's
bored.
Like yeah, he's like, oh my
god, that's a time passer sometimes.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like this is like an hour later, like I can't buy what I like. And then eventually I find something I like. And it's always when you find something you like, when someone just pops up on you. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there and the freaking door just just opens, and I kid you not, that is the most like vulnerable position, like as a man, I feel like you could be in. And we're just like, oh shit, you turn. And I immediately was like, I don't know why I apologize. I immediately just apologized, like, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. but like, all right. So what like, did she mind? Like, was there any discussion about it, or like?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you can't just not talk about that after it happened.
Or did she come over and like
and
help
she said,
you out?
No, I mean, I was already like just so discombobulated. I didn't know what to do, but I was like, oh, I didn't even know what to say. She was like, no, it's okay. I mean, I know guys do it. But
do you think she does? Do you think she does it?
I don't even want to know if she does it.
Would it bother you though? Like if you walked in on her doing it, like would you?
No, I don't think she does, because she like there's no like toys or anything like that. Maybe there are, and I just can't. I don't look for them, or I can't find them.
Right here. That's
no. I mean, like we're I feel like that's more of a high school thing. Well, not a high school thing, but
I don't know. I think you're wrong on that one, buddy.
But that was maybe I am.
Better planners. Women are better planners. Like guys, they don't like plan things out sometimes. And women will make sure you're not around. Make sure like there's no possible chance that.
Yeah, but in our relationship, I'm always like the guy that kind of like pops up and tries to scare her and stuff like that. So she's probably like always on her toes, thinking I'm gonna pop up. But then it happened again.
Careful.
Happened again like 3 weeks ago. Same type of scenario.
What's wrong with you, man?
Bro, I'm getting up at work at like 4:00 in the morning, can't sleep for whatever reason, and it's like 6 a.m. or 6 or 7. Like,
so you're a mourner. You're a morning dude when it comes to that.
Yeah. Thing. Oh hell yeah. And I'm like, and this time I was real ballsy with this one though, because I'm I'm literally on the couch, got my little computer. I'm like, I got water in one hand, computer in this hand. And
water, are you like doing it so much like that?
No, I mean, like I'm just comfortable. What I'm trying to say is I was way too comfortable, you know what I mean, with the door being so close. And then next thing you know, the door opens up, and I don't even think she saw me, but you just.
Or did she act like you? This is the second time. I'm just gonna act like I didn't see anything. I don't want to embarrass him.
No, she was half asleep, but like I don't even think she saw me, but I just reacted like she saw me. You know what I mean? And of course, you still got to finish afterwards. I'm like, I'm not wasting this. So she goes back to sleep. So yeah, man, that's the first time in my entire life I got caught twice in 32 years within a 3-month span.
Back to what I was talking about earlier, I completely understood why, but do you have a threshold? Like you got friends that are like, here, I'll give you an example. Colton is one of my best friends. Okay.
Right.
I mean, Colton would have to do something extremely disrespectful for me to be like pissed off to the point where I wouldn't be talking with him and stuff. And I know this sounds like a real like chick girly thing, but like at what point do you like one of your friends, somebody that you're close with, because I've been kind of having this problem a little bit, and just the total, like we've had plans and stuff, and like they'll cancel day of, or like something will come up, and then it's just like the total like, hey, I'll call you tomorrow, like kind of what you did to me. But I knew that you would eventually get back.
Yeah, of course.
But I haven't heard anything. Like at what point? Like
what is he doing?
I don't know. Like I nothing.
Well, Colton is what, like 20? How old is he?
Oh man, we went. Man, he clowned me so hard the other day. He was hanging out, well, like he had some of his friends, and all of his friends are cool. Like he got his friend Richie, but like Colton loves to like do these things that like kind of screw with you a little bit, which is good. Like if you're real good friends with somebody like a rib like that, you kind of like, here, I'll give you an example. When we were like leaving the Miami Dolphins game, when your friend, I mean, you guys got really heated.
He got mad. I didn't get that mad. He got mad.
Well, yeah, because you were winning when it came to that whole argument.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I should have stopped when I was ahead.
And then we were stopped on that. Is that the Hillsborough River that we were stopped
so that's the That's the bridge kind of like to downtown, and the traffic was ridiculous.
And he got out of the car and was like telling you, come on, come on. I don't know how. Like, I didn't know him very well, and I was like, is something wrong?
Dude, if I was angry, I would have just got out of the car and just threw him over the bridge.
But man, that got real heated. But like, what do you do like without sounding like a bitch or something, But at some point, like, I wouldn't say this person I'm talking about, we're like really close friends, but we're quite like, at what point do you like just say, you cut bait and you're just like, fuck him?
I don't think it's ever like a certain like point. I think it's just like a slow, gradual, like just dissing.
Have you ever had to do that though? Have you ever had to like
cut off friends?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not like it sounds way worse than it is. You lose touch. You just don't talk as much. Maybe they move. Maybe they, get a girlfriend or a wife or have kids, whatever it may be, life events, Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because my best friend in high school and kind of like throughout college a little bit, we talk sometimes, but we kind of had like a same scenario falling out type deal. So basically he lives in Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood area. Mm-hmm. And I love him to death, man. But like he kind of got into like, how do I say this? Like you can see his projected like future. I don't know if he's getting in trouble, but I went to visit him when I first moved to Tampa and everything was great. Then I visited him like 2 years later.
And like, what the fuck happened?
Well, because he has 2 kids and like I can tell he was probably like abusing drugs or something like that. You can just see it on his face. You know how like they just look way different.
Oh yeah.
And then like he had some issues with his wife, or excuse me, with his girlfriend at the time. So a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, he had hit me up on Instagram. And like we still chat on there sometimes. He'll like some just real brief conversations. And he was like, "Hey man, I hate to bother you, but I was wondering if borrow some money type of deal, right?
No.
I'll pay you back Friday." And it was like a Monday. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
do that.
I mean, it's the first time he's ever asked me something like that. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And he did. He paid me back with a little bit of interest too. It wasn't a lot of money. It's like $200 or something like that.
Oh, are you a loan shark now?
Well, that's how it's. No, I'm not. But like, I mean, if I have it, I'll help. So then I'm like, okay, maybe this is just a one-time thing. And then like 2 weeks ago, same type of deal.
So he was treating you like a payday loan place.
Well, not only that, I'm like, what the fuck is like? I'm not like stalking his profile and seeing like if he's working. I mean, that's his own business. But it's like, to ask a friend means that either you're not working. That's like kind of like your last like person you ask, especially someone that's like close to you. You know what I mean?
I agree. But when you loan somebody money, like do you automatically like once you give it to that person, it's theirs, right? Like, Now let me ask you, like, if you would have given him money and you would have saw him out there, like living the baller lifestyle or, going and doing something. Care. No, you can't. Like once you and I also feel the same way. Once you give somebody money, you should never expect to get it back.
Yeah. You give what you can lose or you don't need. And that's how it was.
That's why I don't ask friends. I don't think I've ever asked a friend for money.
Yeah.
Maybe like
I think I did
short a little bit, like if we're at a fast food place or something, but I'm not like, hey man, I'm short.
Please borrow $1. Spare some change. But anyway, so a couple like 2 weeks ago, he had reached out to me again. And usually when someone's about to ask for money, they always kind of like it's like a buildup, right? They may like, hey, how's it going? Or like, maybe a couple day buildup where they see how you're doing. Yeah, small talk. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, hey man, like I hate to bother you again. And once you see hate to bother you again, you already know what the next.
No, you don't, because if you hated it, you wouldn't be asking.
Exactly. So obviously, same type of deal, not as much, but the time he asked me, I was super busy, man. I was like stressing about, the real estate I was doing. I was working with some clients, work, podcast, whatever. And I was driving too. When I'm driving, I get fucking pissed if people are asking me stuff that it's silly. Anyway, so he hit me up and he's like, hey man, I was wondering, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't like jump down his throat, but I was just like, what's going on, man? Like, did you lose your job or something like that? Just trying to figure out like, what's the issue that, you constantly need, money ahead of time. And then this fool goes and says, Yeah, I just been, the kids have been stressing me out. I wanted to use the money to guess what? Guess what you want to use the money for?
Hookers or drugs or
yeah, to buy some weed. To buy some weed.
Oh no, man.
I was like, you want me to give you my hard-earned
weed money
to buy? I mean, I smoke every now and then, so it's not a big deal to me. But to buy weed, I'm thinking like this guy has to buy groceries or like maybe
that's a luxury item. Like, okay, all right. So weed, like you're not fiending for weed. Like you're not.
You don't need it.
I'm not like you don't need it. You don't physically need it where you're like, oh yeah,
grow that shit.
Yeah. So. But all right, so like, I mean, did that ruin the relationship?
No, well, maybe I don't know, but I mean, this is really recently, so I mean, I really haven't talked to him since. But like, I mean, he was like, this is the thing, he was like Instagram calling me like nonstop as I was like, I'm working, I'm honestly thinking like this is something like serious, right? Like, fuck, man, is he in jail or
one of his kids die or something?
Yeah, or something like that. Or his mom and like a couple relatives live in the same city. So I'm like, what is it about me that they can't do?
Because you're a sucker. You give somebody one. Hey, just to let you know, I just noticed this. Please don't look at porn or anything on your computer while you're streaming, because I can see the reflection in the back
where
you have there.
Here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any porn on.
No, I'm just saying, if you were like, don't be looking on any.
Oh no, not on this computer. Nah, okay, I use a MacBook. It's way faster. Oh my god, 4K screaming quality. Are you kidding me?
I was just looking out for a friend there.
Speaking of that, have you ever did virtual porn?
No.
Man,
are you on you in the metaverse yet? Have you got?
I don't know, man. This shit dies like within like 30 minutes. But it's weird. It's kind of weird though. I looked at it like once, but it's almost like it's too much. Like it's like right in your face, and they haven't like figured out like to have like actually good quality, like 1080p or even 4K. So it's like kind of like SD, and then it's like it's too close. I'm like, I don't want to see all the insides, all that shit.
Last story I wanted to talk to you about before we go. Online with me right now is Serak. You can check out his podcast, the Weekend Review.
The Weekend Review. Wow. So it hasn't been that long.
I got it right at the beginning of the show. Sorry. I apologize. Okay. I just threw that in there because it took you 5 days to call me back.
No, I didn't. 5 days. You know what's funny, Tuddle? I've spoken to you more recently than I spoke to my parents. So how about that?
Okay, well,
and they send me the same messages.
Don't try to make me feel bad. Don't try to make me feel bad. Don't even try to do that.
All right.
At least you got parents. I only got one alive right now. So.
Don't even see. Now you're trying to flip it.
I can't talk to my dad because
yes, you can.
No, I can't. What am I going to go to some gypsy and do a seance or something?
People do that shit.
I don't believe in that stuff anyway. So, what do you think about Elon Musk? Did you see the story?
No, what happened?
So he already bought like 9 or 10% of Twitter shares, like 9 or 10% of the company, because he was tired of all the censorship and stuff. And he thought, because it's his favorite social. Isn't it nice to be able to just have like random money that you can just buy your favorite social media app?
Yeah.
And he basically said he's offering $43 billion for the company. And he basically said, this is my final offer. Take it or leave it. If you were the owner of Twitter, dude, I'm cashing out.
Well, how much is Twitter worth right now?
Well, the stock has gone up. So he quoted them the price before he bought that 9%. Because when he bought that 9%, the stock on Twitter went up a little bit. So he did it based on the beginning of April.
Well,
when he bought it. Do you think they sell, or do you think this?
It depends. It depends on who owns it right now. Jack Dorsey, right?
Yeah, Jack Dorsey owns.
Well, it depends on his values, because if you sell Elon Musk Twitter, you are giving the world's richest man so much more power than he already has. He already has. I mean, popularity-wise, Tesla. He's already sending people, into space with SpaceX, and now you're giving him travel or transportation. You're giving him. I mean, he already has. Outer space, and now you're going to give him communication pretty much that the whole entire world uses. Like, I mean, he might as well buy America at this point in time if he can. He's like, can't be the president. I might as well just buy the country.
A lot of people are like, how is he like neck and neck with Jeff Bezos? Because
he has more than him, right?
It goes back and forth a little bit, but But everybody's like, how is Elon? People don't realize how much you think Elon's charging just to send people's stuff up into space. Like, what do you think he's getting paid every? Because listen, I live like less than 30 miles or hell, even 20 miles away. Well,
I don't know if you can see it.
No, I can't.
Oh, it's 265 right now. 265
billion. Yeah. But how much because I see it like it's like every week. Some weeks he's shooting up 2 rockets a week. How much do you think he's like charging just to send people stuff?
I think
up?
probably like 10 million.
He also Starlink. He's also going to basically own like the internet, wireless communications.
I mean, this is the United States of Elon Musk, or the world of Elon Musk.
He's not. Well, I mean, he's American. So you know, like when
is he? I thought he was.
Like, no, he's an American citizen now, but he wasn't born here. He was born in South Africa. But you know, when he started SpaceX, the government was like, all right, if you're going to use our launch pads over at Kennedy Space Center, he's not allowed to hire anybody that's not an American citizen to work for SpaceX.
Really? I'm sure he has enough money to change that legislation.
The government will knock you down just when you think you're too big. The government will always get you.
Well, let me ask you this: how much money does America as a country have?
27 trillion.
Okay, so we're good then, as long as like we keep it like at that ratio.
Let's put it this way: you know, like everybody's like, oh, they're printing all this. Look, it sucks. You know, a lot of you know, like every little bit counts. But like we're just printing money, we're giving it away like left and right.
That's true, and you also have to think like $265 billion. I mean, he's a quarter. He's a quarter trillionaire. That's insane.
But then you got to go 26 times over just to get like on the level of the government.
Yeah, but look where he's. He's been 5 years from a couple billion to 265 billion. And the thing is, it's like it's compounding. You know what I mean? It just jumps.
You know the difference between millions, billions, and trillions. Like if they tell you, "Hey, I need you to count one Mississippi to a million," it would take you a month to do that. You know that, right?
I think more than that.
No, but then I think it. Can you look that up?
To a million?
Yeah, and then I think to a trillion is 31 years.
No, that's a billion. A trillion would take you like 1,000 some years.
No, a billion is like 31 years. And then I think a trillion is just like astronomical when you're thinking about numbers, because we see the number.
11 days. 11 days to count to a million.
Okay, so 11 days to count to a million. How much to a billion? Like I think that's like 31 years.
It would take you.
It's a lot. I mean, when I heard that, I was like, holy crap.
I mean, it would take you a very, very long. Count to a billion would take.
I think it's like in the 30 years.
Well, it says 11,574 days.
Yeah. So, I mean,
however many years that is. It'll take a while.
I know that it is. But, when we don't, like when you just look at a number, you're like, oh, man, that's a lot. But then when you put it into time, it kind of like puts things into perspective.
Yeah. Like even given like how much that is a day, like money wise. You know what I mean? He's making more in a day than most people make in their lifetime.
But 43 billion is not that much to him, though. I mean, it kind of hurts, but it's like he's still got, what you said he's got 200 and something.
265.
So he's still over $200 billion. And then think of the money he's going to get off of advertisement on Twitter.
Well, but what if like he was just like, you know what? I'm a gambling man. And they just went to the casino. It's like, I want to put $265 billion on this bet and double up.
I mean, wouldn't your ass be puckered up? Like if you bet if you walked up to the casino and was like, I'm putting $265 billion down on red.
Like, do they even give you a chip, or is it? Do they have like $1 billion chip they give out?
The thing is that the casinos couldn't even pay that out though. Like they couldn't. They would have to take out a loan.
It would be like a group of casinos would have to pay out.
Yeah, it's like every. They all the casinos in Las Vegas all get together. They create this $265 billion chip, and they create their own roulette table. And they're all these like casino owners are like, yes, it's gonna make or break.
Isn't that the sad part? Casinos are so freaking greedy that they'll be like, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it.
Are you watching any TV shows? Anything new?
Tokyo Vice on HBO.
What the? Oh, speaking of Japan, I saw into the Today Show. This is a new show on Netflix. Okay, they're sending. All right, so this is weird, but now I'm fascinated. I got to watch it. In Japan, they're very trusting of letting their kids out, running errands. Like I remember, I could go up. My dad dipped chewing tobacco, and like I could ride my bike up to the store. They knew me. They knew my dad.
Right. You're not gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah, and well, back in the day, now you couldn't do that shit stuff. But they would let me, even though I wasn't over 18, they would let me, get his tobacco and bring it to him because they knew. But in Japan, they're letting 3-4-year-old kids, or 4 or 5, like walk a mile to the store, get on the bus, bring their dad lunch.
That's how you you cut the fat. Remember the movie 300, where like you had to like go out into the woods and slay like some wolf or something.
And they threw the deformed babies in a pit or whatever. Like,
get this one out of here.
And that one made it out, and he was the one that like stabbed Leonidas or whatever in the back.
Or he didn't stab him. He kind of like he betrayed him, I guess.
Yeah, but did you see some of the chicks? They had 3 or 4 boobs in that
the Persians. I mean, not the real. I apologize to any Iranians or Persians out there. It was just a movie, okay? It doesn't exist. But yeah, it's crazy. Did you see also the Stranger Things trailer? Stranger Things 4 trailer.
I did, but I have not watched one single episode of that show.
No, well, wait, the entire show? You've never seen it?
No, nope.
Oh my God. How have you not? It's like not seeing the Oscars. You know what I mean?
I've been watching Peaky Blinders. I just finished that.
I don't like horses.
It's
anything related to horses and
not a horse show. God damn.
So that's what the what you call it, the cover art is a horse and a guy with those what do you call those hats?
Oh yeah. I know,
like pancakes on your head.
Yeah. Well, you know why they call them Peaky Blinders? They put razor blades in the bill of the cap that they could like slash people with it.
I feel like it's better spots to put razor blades instead of like right above your eyes.
I don't know. All right, Serak, before we go, tell my audience and supporters how they can check out your podcast.
Yeah, of course. The weekly review, spelled just like it sounds. You catch that on Apple Podcasts. Well, actually, we've been doing more like videos.
On camera keep trying to focus. It's like in and out. It's like
it's a piece of it's cheap. It's not cheap. It's just it's done its purpose, give it. How long do webcams usually last? Give it a year before it starts to like kind of mess up.
You got to change the oil in them or anything. It's not like they're gonna I don't think they really break.
Probably because I'm moving a lot, because this chair is comfy, but it's kind of uncomfortable.
That webcam is racist. Is it,
it is called a razor though, which is ironic, but whatever. Razor racist. Same thing. It's probably German for racist. What's German for racist? Razor?
What
is that German for racist?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've been doing a lot more video podcasts. So definitely check out the Facebook page as well. YouTube, it's just a weekly review. Just it's a picture of my face and my co-host, so you can't really miss it. But still, it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the usual audio podcast streaming softwares. So yeah.
All right, Serak, man. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me, man.
No problem.
And, I tried calling you last time I was in Tampa, but
Wait, when?
Last Thursday.
Well, what did I say?
You didn't even answer.
Go back to the court recorder. Please rewind back to last Thursday. Make sure he said busy working. No, well, why don't you come to my bar? You know where I work.
No, I don't.
I always every time I say come visit me at work.
Invite a recovering alcoholic to a bar.
Hey, I work there and I don't drink. It's easy.
Oh yeah, bitch. You come on now. You do your 3 months at the beginning of the year.
6 months.
6 months, and then you go. So you're a 6 month binge drinker. I mean, basically.
Well, it's funny. Anytime I drink whiskey, though, I always have nightmares, which is kind of crazy. I've had like I haven't drank whiskey lately. I could be lying, but before I started sobriety, I was having like nightmares, man. Isn't it crazy how like dreams are like your body's way? I was talking to Paige about this the other day, but isn't it crazy how dreams are like your body's way of like communicating emotions?
I just think that our brains are not our friends, and
brains are not our friends.
No, they always try to put doubt in your body, and like you're always like like when you're working out, like, oh man, I'm just so tired, I can't work out. That's your brain telling you can't do it.
No.
Whatever. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll talk to you later, Serak.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, hold on, I'm cancer.